What's up, you're back in today, the #1 college football 25 guide to Dynasty recruiting. The most crucial part of a Dynasty rebuild, man. You're going to need to fill your players that are leaving for the draft, guys leaving in the transfer portal. Today, I'm going to do my best to tell you what I've learned so far in recruiting from watching a bunch of different videos, what you got to watch out for, talk about what you want to do. So first things first, it's going to depend on your school. For the sake of this video, I chose a 3-star school, Purdue, pretty solid school all around, because these selling points are going to be very important. If you go to your school, you'll see your school's grade, how they compare in certain categories. We have championship contender, that can go up depending on how well your team performs in the polls. So this can actually be improved. You got program tradition, that can improve as well, brand exposure, coach prestige, coach stability, pro potential. Again, this is basically how good is your rebuild doing, and these things will actually go up. Conference prestige, academic prestige, campus lifestyle can't be improved by user action, so this could be a deal breaker for some guys, and athletic facilities. So first things first, you're loaded into a game, you're loaded into the season, I should say, and you gotta set up your recruiting board. That's the first thing you want to do. Your recruiting board's gonna be empty. You're gonna go to your prospect list, and you'll see recommended needs. I like looking at the recommended needs. Just keep in mind, guys, if you're a 1-star school, 2-star school, don't really be going for 5-star guys right off the bat. Don't be going for 4-star guys right off the bat. In the top right, targets. You'll have 35 spots on your recruiting board that you should fill. You'll also have 750 hours to allot to all of these different players every single week. So the first week's going to be super crucial. You want to pick guys that you're liking. You can see there's also a pipeline column which shows how well things are in the pipeline. Look in the bottom right though. Some of these things, they have deal breakers. You can see this guy has a deal breaker. He wants to be close to home. Luckily, we have an A and he needs a B-, so that would be fine. Most important though, take a look at the influence bars. You can see how you're doing comparatively. Do I really want to go up against Northwestern? Honestly, Northwestern, they're not much better than Purdue. I think we could compete. Same right now, right here, you can see a lot of schools that have interest in him. But if you find schools where you're competing with some actual top tier, top tier schools, you're probably a little bit out of your league. Look at the 5-star guys. First off, look at the deal breaker here. There's no point adding this guy to your board, because look at this. He wants pro potential, and we don't have the necessary class to give him that. Now let's find somebody where we could potentially recruit. If we take a look at this guy right here, South Carolina, are we really going to be able to contend? Okay, this is a better example. Are we going to be able to contend with Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Pitt for this 5-star recruit? Probably not. So I wouldn't spend a single cent on a guy like that. But if we can find some 4-star, 5-star talents that are really, being completely overlooked, or maybe some loser schools are the ones recruiting them, then that's kind of where you find a diamond in the rough type player, in my opinion. You see a lot of these 5-star and 4-star prospects. These guys, everybody seemingly wants them, but there actually is some occasional gems in the rough. That's not too bad in terms of competition. USC, I saw another guy that had Florida State. So let's just go ahead. I mean, this one, I don't really, we're gonna start with recommended, and I'll just throw some guys up there for the sake of the video. I'm gonna just throw a bunch of these guys on there, a bunch of these guys, and then I'm gonna throw on a couple 4-stars. 4 stars. 4 stars are achievable on my 3-star program. It's just gonna, okay, these guys are deal breakers, so I should not have been throwing them on the board. You'll see on the left-hand side too, if people have deal breakers and whatnot. Now the green means good to go, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty good. You'll see guys are interested in your school. So if I can actually go back and find where this guy was right here, yeah, it looks like, I don't know really why he's actually interested in the school, but we're gonna add him anyway. So let's go to the recruiting board, and we can actually look individual one-by-one the prospect, and we'll see his interest in us. You can see right here, we're #1 on this guy's list. Good place to spend some hours. Right here, we're not even on this guy's list, bro. He's a 5-star guy, could care less about Purdue. So then what you need to do is you gotta feed these guys some points, man. These guys want to be eating. You go into recruiting, first things first, gotta offer him a scholarship, costs 5 points. You offer him a scholarship, and then you gotta wait, I believe, until the next week. You can scout as well. It'll cost 10 hours to scout this guy out. We scouted them out. It gives us a range. Looking at his stats, his speed bar is quite high. I like that a lot for a halfback. So I'm probably going to spend another 10 to scout again. His speed is 88. That's not too shabby. We can spend the final 10, get more stats. We can keep spending these 10 points until we have all of his stats. He looks pretty solid for a 3-star recruit, man. Now, I wouldn't have necessarily spent as many points as I just did. You probably don't need to do that. But now you can see we have that guy completely scouted out. So first things first, come in here and offer these guys scholarships. Anybody that wants to be here, put them on your list. Now, I'm going to have to go in one by one. It seems like this guy's interested, this guy's interested. He's interested, so we're going to have to offer you a scholarship, my friend. Now, I'm not going to necessarily do an entire board. I will offer this 5-star recruit a scholarship just because why not? We might as well offer these bums all scholarships. And then next week, you'll see we'll actually be able to DM some of these guys. We'll have a lot of hours to be spending. You'll basically see me recruit my first class of players in this video, and you'll see all the different things I'm going to be doing. So the week 1, very important, man. Make your scholarship offers to 35 guys. You can see I only have 16 targets. No, you want to fill that board out with 35 guys. Make them all your contract offers. And your scholarship offers. It basically is a contract at this point, the way college football is. Now you go in here, you scout out some of these guys. This guy's looking really solid. Look at his speed bar. That is high, man. So I'm going to keep scouting him out. And yeah, he looks really solid type of player. Now keep in mind, some of these guys are going to have a gem. A gem will show up. Some of them will have a bust that shows up. So you'll actually be able to tell whether or not you're going to be getting a good player or not when you're scouting these guys repetitively. So you can see I'm just going through, I'm scouting. Realistically, I wouldn't be spending all of these points on scouting. What I would be doing is I would actually be offering more scholarships up to 35 guys. I'm just trying to show you this. Look at this. We found a bust. This guy has a gem it's a red gem. He's a 4-star guy, and you can see his stats kind of show honestly, his stats aren't too bad, so you can still recruit guys that are busts, but be careful removing bust. What I would do is remove them from the board. You hold in triangle on PS5. Now he's off the board, and that's what you get when you scout out a player, man. You'll see whether or not he's going to screw you. And here we go. We found a 4-star diamond. This guy has 100 speed. Now, this guy must be the one. This guy's going to be the guy. I mean, can I move him to the top? He doesn't want us, that's the thing. He's got 0 interest. So this would be a type of guy where we want to go all the way in on key, go to key. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to simulate a little bit. I'll simulate to next week, I guess, and I'll show you guys what you can do in the following week. If we go to next week, let's keep going. So we simulate the preseason. Hopefully we can get into week 1, and then we can start making some better moves recruiting-wise. Let's take a look at recruiting. I want to try bringing some guys in on the DMs. Kiki, where are you? Where is Kiki? This guy, the guy with 100 speed, gonna have to be the first guy we do this with, man. Look at this. Now we can do a bunch of different stuff. You can search social media, look at it costs 5 hours, and look at the influence. You get 1 influence. 10, you get 2, 25 for 3, and then 50 for 4. So honestly, contacting friends and family versus sending the house, is there much of a difference? Now, soft sell and hard sell, when you do unlock these, which we're not going to do in this video, but when you do unlock these, make sure that you're looking at what your player wants. If you want something that you guys can offer based on your school's rating, then make sure you're pitching that in your pitch where you can actually deter him. Now look at this. Right now, this guy could care less about Purdue. Send the freaking house, bro. This guy's got 50 speed. We're going to throw 50 hours on there every single week, man. And you can see right here above what he wants. So this is the stuff that he wants actually, we don't know what he wants yet. We'll have to unlock those. But that's what we have compared to what he wants. You can see we have 50 hours we're spending on him per week. So that is actually pretty nuts. Some things that you can do then, this guy is pretty interested in us, but we have a team on our tails. So I'm not going to do, I'm not going to send the house. I will DM the player though. And I can come in here and we have another guy. This guy, we're losing. We're falling behind a little bit, but he's not too much of a great player. I'll DM this guy as well. We got a 2-star player right here. Now let's just make sure that this guy even wants to be here. That's the first thing you want to check. Yeah, he wants to be here. We're competing with Indiana, I believe. We'll search the social media. We'll go for the 1 influence, right? So you see, That's basically what you want to be doing every single week. Make sure you're spending every single hour you have available, or else you're really wasting them. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video to try showing you guys how recruiting really works. Recruiting update. You see you have a recruiting update every single week. Kiki Godeke has reached his final 8 schools. And look at that. After sending the house, we're currently number 3. Now, look at that bar that Georgia has. That's all the influence they just made in 1 week. So competing with Georgia is going to be insanity, man. I honestly don't even know if it's possible. This would be the type of guy where monitor how much progress and ground you can make on Georgia, because Georgia is obviously a better school than garbage-ass Purdue right now. But really, that's all you need to know about recruiting, man. That's really the basics. Make sure you're spending those hours every single week. Spend them smart. Try finding those hidden gems. Let me know if you got any questions. Peace out. Thanks for watching.